Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the country's top military brass on Thursday paid homage to India's first Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, his wife Madhulika, Brigadier L.S. Leader, and 10 more defence personnel at the Palam Air Base after their bodies were brought to Delhi in a military aircraft. The body is being kept at his official residence for the general public to pay their final respect from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Friday. The slot between 12:30 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. will be kept for military personnel to pay their respect to the outstanding commander and his wife. The final journey of General Rawat from his residence to the Brar Square crematorium is scheduled to start around 2 p.m. The funeral is scheduled for 4 p.m. Brigadier Leader's funeral would be held at 9 a.m. All the bodies were to be taken to the Army Hospital at Dhola Kua after the tribute ceremony. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, NSA Ajit Doval, Army Chief M.M. Narawane, Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar, Air Chief Marshal AVR Chaudhary and Defence Secretary Ajay Kumar were among those who paid homage to the deceased at a somber ceremony on Thursday. Hearing a petition by 25 street vendors alleging that the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation had seized their carts after councillors objected to the sale of non-vegetarian items, the Gujarat High Court slammed the AMC and ordered it to consider the cases as expeditiously as possible if the petitioners approached it within 24 hours for the release of their goods. What is your problem? The court said, addressing the government council, adding that if you don't like non-veg food, that is your outlook. How can you decide what I eat outside? Tomorrow you will decide what I should eat outside the house. Call the corporation commissioner and ask him what he is doing. How do you dare indiscriminately pick up people, said Justice Biren Vaishnav. Tomorrow they will say I should not have sugarcane juice because it causes diabetes or coffee because it is bad for health, the court said. Former Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi's recently launched autobiography has kicked off a string of discussions and disputes. In a conversation with a news portal, the Rajya Sabha member spoke on his key judgments such as on the Ayodhya issue and the Rafale row, as well as his colleagues, his encounter with politics and the various controversies that had shadowed him. The unprecedented press conference that he and the 3 other top Supreme Court judges addressed in 2018 did not in any way endanger his chances of becoming the Chief Justice of India, he told the portal. On January 12, 2018, Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Madan B. Lokur, Justice Chela Meshwar and Kurian Joseph had held a press conference to level allegations against the then Chief Justice of India, Deepak Mishra. The judges had termed it an extraordinary event in the history of the institution and alleged that the administration of the Supreme Court was not in order, and unless the institution was preserved, democracy would not survive in the country. Members of several right-wing organizations tried to force their way into a church in Haryana's Rohtak on Thursday and were finally stopped by the police. The crowd alleged that the church was carrying out religious conversion. The BJP-ruled state is planning an anti-conversion law on the lines of the one in Uttar Pradesh. The police said they received no complaints about conversion and the mob was contained after much commotion. People come here out of devotion just like any other place of worship. We never forced anyone to come here, the associate pastor of the church told reporters. He said the police visited them last evening and informed them about a possible demonstration and inspected the situation. The police, he said, has also conducted their investigation and found nothing like that is the religious conversion. For around 6 years, people have been holding prayer meetings at the church on Sundays and Thursdays. After receiving the complaint, policemen were deployed at the church, the officer said. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Thursday once again brought up the centre's decision to extend the BSF's jurisdiction in border states, asking state police to not allow BSF personnel to enter villages without their permission. Governor Jagdeep Dhankar, in a letter to the Chief Minister, however, has said that her stance is potentially alarming for the federal polity and national security. The Ministry of Home Affairs recently issued an order extending the jurisdiction of the Border Security Force from 15 kilometers to 50 kilometers in West Bengal, Assam and Punjab, states that share their borders with Bangladesh and Pakistan. Both the West Bengal and Punjab governments subsequently passed assembly resolutions opposing the centre's move. Speaking at an administrative review meeting at Krishnanagar in Nadia district, the Chief Minister directed the district police to carry out searches at security checkpoints more rigorously. The border with Bangladesh starts from Karimpur, and you have to keep an eye on all the activities in the area. You also need to ensure that the BSF does not enter the border villages and carry out any activity without your knowledge or permission. The BSF will do what it is mandated to, while the police will take care of the police work. Law and order is a state subject and is in the domain of the police. I will not tolerate any kind of oppression on common citizens, she told officers.